Coming up on Juice and Java, the campus community celebrates LGBTQ+ History Month.
And the president of the SU curling team will join us in studio.
All that and more starts right now.
Good morning, I'm Josh Meyers.
And I'm Walker Simmons. Thanks for starting your morning with us.
Let's kick things off with the squeeze. This October, the LGBTQ Resource Center is hosting events to celebrate LGBTQ History Month. The month is an opportunity for the SU community to learn about the history, culture, and contributions of the queer community.
And why October? Well, October coincides with National Coming Out Day on October 11th, and the anniversary of the first March on Washington for gay and lesbian rights in 1979. The month was made official in 1995.
Now, some events include chalk and tie-dye on the quad, queer trivia night, a keynote speaker, and a Halloween ball. More information can be found at the LGBTQ Resource Center. And the Student Association is holding their 2022 fall elections. Elections will be held to determine who will serve as first-year assembly representatives.
There are 30 candidates in the running for 19 seats, along with a few other seats that are open through the write-in process. Elected students will serve SA as part of the 66th session of the student body government.
Well, the sun will come out tomorrow, but Annie the Musical will come out next week. You could catch the hit musical from October 4th through the 8th at the Syracuse Landmark Theater.
Annie the Musical has run for over 37 years, but this is the first national tour since the pandemic, and the show members are happy to be back on stage after years of uncertainty. Tickets are available for purchase via Ticketmaster website.
Well, I've never seen Annie, but it's really exciting to see that Landmark is finally bringing back these musicals after 2 years from the pandemic.
Now, I haven't seen Annie either, but you can just know word of mouth. It's a classic. And now to have it local, I mean, ecstatic. Josh, I think we have to watch it together. I mean, that's got to happen.
I might just go if you want to come with me.
Juice and Java musical set, that'd be great.
It would. I mean, I love musicals. I haven't seen Annie, but I would love to go see it. It does seem like it would be a great show to watch.
Seems incredible.
And Governor Kathy Hochul announcing this week that the New York State Appellate Division would appoint its first Native American judge. Justin Mark Montour will join the state's 4th Judicial Department, covering Central and Western New York.
Montour is a registered member of the St. Regis Mohawk Indian Nation and has served as a judge for 9 years. Governor Kathy Hochul says Montour is a talented legal mind and brings thoughtful approach to the justice system.
Now, across central New York, there's actually a rise in COVID-19 cases, prompting the CDC to recommend masks. Most of the county still has low case numbers, but 9 counties in New York State are now at high risk, including right here in Onondaga County. Now,
CDC guidelines suggest that masks be worn indoors and in areas with high COVID levels.
Masking recommendations are based on COVID hospitalizations, hospital capacity, and new COVID cases.
The CDC is trying to focus on preventing hospitals from being overwhelmed. In New York, masks are still required in healthcare settings and for anyone with COVID symptoms or a positive test. And the New York state minimum wage is rising this week 7.5% for workers. Right now, the minimum wage is $13.20, but it'll be increased to $14.20. The wage is awaiting formal approval, but is set to come into effect by the end of the year.
The wage increase will impact upstate New York residents with wage lower than $15 an hour. This is part of New York's Labor Department's goal of a $15 minimum wage across the state.
And fast food workers are $15 minimum wage have already experienced a wage increase and will not be impacted. With inflation at its highest for a good portion of the year, the division of the budget says it's necessary to raise the minimum wage.
And now, the big story of the week got to be Hurricane Ian. I mean, there's just so much happening, and it's really sad to see a lot of the stories coming out of that.
Yeah, here at Juice and Java, our hearts go out to the families and people in Florida. And now we're going to throw things over to our weather anchor, John Perrick, with more. John?
Well, guys, good morning. As we continue to track Hurricane Ian, it's worth mentioning that overnight it was downgraded to a post-tropical cyclone. But let's start this morning by just taking a look at our satellite coverage of this post-tropical cyclone. It's hovering around the Carolinas right now, and as the week goes on, it will make its way up the East Coast. This morning, a lot of New England actually feeling a lot of downfall coming from remnants of the post-tropical cyclone. A lot of severe tropical downfall in New England, but here in Syracuse, a little bit of a different story. When you woke up this morning, it feels like fall because it's October 1st and the sun's out, 51 degrees, but the temperature's on the rise as the day goes on. 60, that's your high. You're going to see it at noon, and happy game day morning, everybody. 55, your temperature for game day. So kickoff at 5 o'clock. Can Syracuse be 5-0? We're going to have to see, but let's take a look at our temperatures throughout central New York. Much of the same story, as I said. It's fall, and it feels like it this morning. Mid to low 50s. Syracuse, that's your low this morning, though, 53. I'll have more on weather, guys, later in the show.
John, as always, thank you. And after the break, our reporter Ilana Epstein is live from the Big East Power Sports Show. Man, I wish I was there right now. Sounds like a lot of fun.
It does sound like a lot of fun. Snowmobiles in upstate New York. I mean, name a better combination. We'll be right back.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. The Snowmobile Show is currently at the New York State Fairgrounds.
Yep, and here to tell us a little bit more about that and everything else, our Juice and Java reporter, Ilana Epstein. Ilana, what's it like out there?
Well, thank you guys. Right now I am standing in front of the Exposition Center here at the New York State Fairgrounds for this year's Big East Power Sports Show. Now this is a snowmobile show happening right here on the fairgrounds. If you're interested at looking at snowmobiles this year in the 2023 season, you can come here and check them out. Now right now I am here with Ron, who promoted this outdoor vintage snowmobile show. So Ron, can you tell me a little bit about what that process was like?
Yes, it's a process that we go through, and we have people registered from probably 3 different states and some people from Canada here. So they come in, register their shows, and they're awarded afterwards, and makes it kind of unique set up this way with the fairgrounds because they can come and look at their old sleds, maybe see what they rode, and go inside and see some new sleds. So even a car show, you don't really see this happening. So you've got a mixture of both the old and new here, and that's helped promote the thing in Snowgoer magazine.
Great, and why do you think it's important that people come look at these snowmobiles?
Well, it's just a thing takes them back. The heritage of the sport goes back 60, 70 years, so they can come here and get an idea and look at some of the sleds they used to ride, and now they can go inside and look at their new ones.
Thank you so much, Ron. Now, Gus right here also designed some of the equipment right here behind me. So, Gus, tell me a little bit about the process that went into designing this.
This little trailer is called a cutter, and it's made of components similar to the machine in front of it, which is a kitty cat. And oddly enough, the base of it is actually a cement mixing tub bought at the local tractor supply company.
Great, thank you so much. So if you are interested in looking at these snowmobiles, you can come right here to the fairgrounds today until 7 p.m. and tomorrow you can go check out the snowmobiles inside until 4 p.m. That's all I've got right now. Walker and Josh, I'll send it back over to you guys in the studio.
Ilana, looks like a lot of fun. I don't think I'll be on those snowmobiles, but looks like I might just try it now.
Some antique snowmobiles out there. That look cool.
Yeah, and coming up after the break, we'll get a live look at a Halloween event that is sure to bring some smiles.
Josh, as a dog guy, way too excited about this. Stay with us.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Oh, okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Got a quarter?
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
All right, welcome back to Juice and Java. Now we're here with Sean, part of the Syracuse curling team. Just jumping right into this, how long have you been involved?
I've been doing this for 4 years now. Started when I was a freshman, and I've loved it ever since.
Wow.
And you're competing in the USA Curling College Tour. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So we go all across the Northeast. We go against schools like Yale, Harvard, MIT. We actually are going up to Philly in a couple weeks to play against like Villanova and University of Pennsylvania.
No kidding. Wow. So, I mean, curling, that's a really unique sport overall. There's got to be a lot of different aspects and angles to that. What's your favorite part overall?
So, personally, my favorite part's the sweeping, mainly because I go to the gym a lot and work out, and I just love being on the ice with all the other people that I meet, especially from all the different schools we go against.
Wow, that's really cool. And tell us a little bit about like how curling works. Like tell us about like how like the game works, how the sweeping works, and just kind of walk us through that, because a lot of people don't really know much about curling.
I'm right there with you.
So it's 2 teams of 4. We each take turns throwing 8 stones total, and then at the end, the points are scored by whoever's close to the center. So there could be like 3 points, 4 points. The different rings that you see on the TV don't correspond like a bullseye or anything like that. It's simply just to see who's closest to the middle. But we take turns each throwing the stones and sweeping. We do both jobs. I know some people get a little confused with thrower or sweeper. We both do everything.
So you said sweeping you like more for the intensity.
Yeah.
Can you kind of talk more a little bit about that?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different techniques for sweeping. You can directionally sweep to kind of push the stone to curl more or curl less. It's very hard to kind of figure out which way it's going in the heat of the moment. So that's why we have the sweepers to kind of influence it in those different directions.
Yeah, wow.
That's just, it's so cool to think about that because it just takes so much energy to sweep and everything. It's like, how exactly do you prepare for like a curling match? Like, what's kind of, do you guys like have practices? Like, what's kind of like your pre-curling like routine?
So right now we go to Utica Curling Club. It's about 45-minute drive away. That's where we have our real practices. But until then, every Saturday we have ice down at Tennedy. Everyone's welcome to come. We have learn to curls from 6 to 8, and we also have glow curling from 8 to 11, where they turn off the lights and have black lights on.
That's really fascinating. Well, Sean, thank you again so much for joining us.
Yeah,
we really
sure
appreciate
thing.
your time.
Yeah, thank you, Sean.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and coming up after the break, we will be right back.
Don't touch that remote.
Superheroes? Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
You're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go, babe. I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to Juice and Java. It's the first day of October, which means Halloween events in central New York are starting to kick off. Pumpkins and Pooches in North Syracuse celebrates the spooky season while also giving dogs the chance to be adopted by families. Wow.
That's right, and we actually have our Teagan Brown. She's live at Helping Hounds with a special guest. Teagan, good morning.
Well, guys, we're here at Pumpkins, and as you can see, I kind of have a leash tangled around me at the moment, and it's getting even more tangled. But we've got a ton of dogs here, including my own. This is Duncan, and let's see if I can get untangled, and you guys can see Duncan. He's wearing a pumpkin costume. Come here, buddy. Come here. He's a little bit camera shy, as you can see, but he's wearing this great pumpkin costume, and a lot of the dogs here are actually wearing costumes. I've seen Buffalo Bills jerseys, I've seen a taco costume, I've seen pretty much everything that you can imagine a dog would wear for a costume. But hey, there's tons going on here today, including a costume contest, there are raffles, there are plenty of businesses here that are all associated with dogs. We've got plenty of treats, we've got plenty of toys that they're selling. If you guys are interested in coming to Pumpkins and Pooches, it's open until 3 o'clock today. Admission is completely free, and it's at the Helping Hounds in North Syracuse. And you know what? Let's ask Duncan one last time what he thinks of Pumpkins and Pooches. Buddy, he's camera shy, like I said. What do you think? That's a really good answer. Thank you so much, Duncan. Well, reporting in Pumpkins and Pooches in North Syracuse with Duncan, I'm Teagan Brown for Juice and Java. Back to you guys.
Teagan looks like that's probably a fun time.
It really does. Duncan looks like he was having a blast. You know, too focused on everything going on to even be there for the interview.
That's right. And right after the break, it's time to rock and roll.
Oh, it is time to rock and roll. Josh and I learned from an expert himself on how to play guitar.
Don't change that channel. You're not going to want to miss this.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome to my house. Lately, not my happy place. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. the parents were not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
Welcome back to Juice and Java.
Today, Josh and I are going to learn how to play guitar.
That's right, and we actually have our very own Matt Solano, our associate producer, and other than producing, he knows how to play the guitar. Let's see it. Let's rock!
So today we're going to learn 5 basic chords that you need to know if you want to start playing the guitar. It's called the CAGED system. So it stands for C, A, G, E, D. Those are the 5 chords you're going to learn.
Like the Newhouse cage.
Like the Newhouse cage.
Like the Newhouse cage.
So, the first chord is C. So with C, what you're going to do is you're going to play your index finger on the 1st fret of the 5th string. You're going to put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and you're going to put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So A.
Oh, I see what you did there.
A is super easy. A is just 2nd fret on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string.
I don't remember all this stuff.
A lot of the shapes end up being repeated a lot in guitar. So these are, not only are they super basic, 5 basic chords, but a lot of these shapes you can end up using. Let's say you want to do this. So I've barred this side here now, and then if I play the A that we had earlier, it basically does the same thing, but it's a different chord. And so that's because it's kind of simulating having the this being the 1st fret, right?
So it's all kind of like muscle memory.
Yeah, a lot of it ends up being muscle memory.
There you go. Nice. Well,
It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
do you like this?
Well, we had an absolute amazing time learning how to play guitar. I think we're ready to start a Juice and Java band.
Absolutely.
Oh, Juice and Java band. That
totally
sounds good.
agree.
Matt, thanks for teaching us. We'll see you guys back in studio.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. Are you not entertained? Well, we got some great entertainment headlines for you this morning.
That's right. Our entertainment reporter, Alexa LaMalfa, is here to break down all the latest updates from Hollywood's biggest stars. Alexa, what do you have for us?
This week, some of Hollywood's biggest stars are creating all sorts of buzz. On Friday morning, the 2023 Met Gala theme was announced, and it's titled Karl Lagerfeld, A Line of Beauty. The theme is inspired by the late work of Karl Lagerfeld and how he brought his clothing to life. Throughout his 6-decade-long career, he spent time as the creative director of Fendi, Chloe, and Chanel. There will be stylistic elements from his collection starting from the 1950s to his final collection in 2019. This upcoming Met exhibition will be open to the public from May of 2023 to July of 2023. Hailey Bieber opened up on her husband's relationship with Selena Gomez for the first time ever. She went on a popular podcast and was candid about the online bullying she's faced from fans of Justin and his ex. Bieber says she spoke with Gomez and their communication, quote, brought me a lot of peace. Bieber was quick to shut down any lingering rumors that she was with Justin while he was still dating Selena. In response, Selena Gomez took to TikTok Live to call out the hate she's been seeing online, calling it, quote, vile and disgusting. Gomez reminded her fans that she stands for kind words and that they should too. Kesha took to Instagram to reveal that she suffered a vocal cord hemorrhage after performing at the Taylor Hawkins tribute concert on Tuesday night. After experiencing a wardrobe malfunction, Kesha tried to distract the audience from the mishap by singing really loud. Kesha performed with members of Hawkins' cover band Chevy Metal to honor the late Foo Fighters singer. In other music news, Lizzo made history when she played a 200-year-old crystal flute that was once owned by founding father and U.S. President James Madison. She was granted the opportunity through the Library of Congress, which is where the flute is stored. Her performance stirred much controversy, but Lizzo's unbothered by the hate and grateful that she's the first and only ever person to play this instrument. Trevor Noah is leaving his mark on late-night TV. He announced that he is planning on stepping down as the host of The Daily Show after he hosted the show for 7 seasons. Noah explained that the pandemic allowed him to see his life from a new perspective and that he, quote, misses being everywhere and doing everything. There are no immediate plans for his exit or bad blood with the show, but Comedy Central will be working with Noah to plan his show's next steps. Walker and Josh, back to you guys.
Alexa, as always, thank you. And coming up, we'll take one last look at your weather.
Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner. Go.
Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there.
And good morning and welcome back to Juice and Java. Here's a look at your wake-up forecast for your Sunday morning. 49 is the high, but with the wind gusting around 20 miles an hour, it might feel like it's in the upper 30s. And here's a look at our future cast. Pretty good looking forecast right now. Temperatures in the mid to low 60s to start the week, and then 73 is your high on Thursday. Boy, does it get better than that for October, guys?
That's definitely true. It's definitely getting a lot colder here, but that's unfortunately all the time we have for Juice and Java this morning.
Check us out online at CitrusTV.com and follow us on Citrus TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
For John Perrick, Alexa LaMalfa, and the entire Juice and Java crew this morning, I'm Josh Meyers.
And I'm Walker Simmons. Have a great day and a better tomorrow, Syracuse.